What up, patrons? How is everyone doing? All right, right here I have a full top round H-bone on. There's some knife tricks. Look at that, pretty good. Don't do that at home. I know it's pretty advanced. I am using a F-Dick, like softer grip knife on this. It's a little bit softer blade. This is a H-bone that I'm taking the oyster out right now. And this is attached to the bottom round. This is the full round. This is how I used to break them down. It'd be the bottom and top connected with the H-bone still on it. So the hind shank in the femur is still hanging on the rail. Remove that star fat and boom, there's your oyster. Keep in mind, everything I am cutting on this block is going into trim. So that's why I'm able to have fun with these videos, is because I'm just going to put it in hot dogs later. So now I'm really working, getting the H-bone out, going around. And the way I break now is different than this. Or I actually break depending on really what I'm feeling at the moment. But I'm taking the H-bone out, which for the longest time, if you've known me, I thought was just spelled H-bone. I still don't understand why it's not spelled H-bone. All right, trying to get that good snap to show that bone skin on the bottom round. Evidently not getting it as well as I would like. A little bit more knife work. Come on, Travis. Oof. The things about this piece of meat is you're moving around a 30 to 40 pound piece. So now I'm going to seam the top off the bottom, and in this video I'm going to be focusing on the top. Following that seam, I'm leaving a true gooseneck. All right. Later this week, David and I are doing a podcast episode about jerky, where we talk extensively about both of these pieces, how to lean them out and everything. That will be on the regular Meat Block podcast feed. And the Meat Block podcast now is brought to you by Bunzl. Bunzl Division Supplies. Man, if you ever get their book, it's like the Sears catalog without the bra section. I love it. It's like a Christmas wish list. All right, so now I'm taking off the eye. Gonna start denuding that. And one of the things Bunzl and the American Butcher page and the Meat Block will be doing in the month of March is giving away a 25 caliber Jarvis captive bolt. So it's gonna be super easy to enter. And if you're a slaughterman, or if you know someone, please help support me by supporting them, even though you guys do support me because you're part of the Patreon. And yeah, David and I are trying to create more stuff. Sorry, this is coming later in the month, but just been super busy. I haven't forgot about you guys. And again, thank you so much for being here. So here I am using a 10-inch scimitar. I call it a scalloped edge. Some people call it a garrote edge. There is a roast. Now I am cutting some minute steaks off of it. Again, this is all hot dogs, so it doesn't really matter what I do with it. Boom, hot dogs. Continue to denude. I was like a 1/4 inch ring of fat on the top of a good minute steak. Oh, that's a butterfly minute steak that I did. Oh, like Valentine's Day. I get it. I appreciate that joke. This video was filmed by Zach over, I don't know, like 3 years ago. So I'm taking the top cap off of this bottom round. All right. And I'm going to show you what you could get off a true bottom round That's just not a London broil, or just not denuded or a roast. I'm going to show you a couple super esoteric steaks. I flip it over so I could see that seam there. All right, now we're going to be working with the cap. Now, there is a little tiny roast hidden within this nightmare. You got to find the seam, like what I'm doing now. This roast is big enough just for one person. I only know it as the Brit tender. I'd never heard it called anything else. I used to case it when I worked in LA. And one of the people that is a Patreon member knows about it because she also worked at that shop. So doing some cleaning. That, of course, is Melissa Cortina from Bavette. Now cleaning up that pretender. There it is. You tie that up. It's a roast meant for two. Now I'm going to make faux asada. So this is the cap right here. I'm going to clean up and denude the cap. And then I'm going to butterfly the entire thing. And then what you could do with that meat is you could make it into a pinwheel. You could mechanically tenderize it. Or you could make it into carne asada. So butterflying it. And there it is. Now, I'm going to continue to denude this. Right now, if I was going to case all this stuff, I would take it all the way down to the rows. But since I'm not, and I want to create content at this time and also make it like I have, I was on the clock, so I didn't want to take away from anything as well. I'm just kind of flying through. So now I am finding what is called the pub roast, where you would get your pub steak out of. It's this little ghost seam that kind of disappears. If you ever make true London broils with this all together, this is the muscle that falls apart. In Canada, they call this the third eye of beef, like an eye round. They call this, and then they call the center cut sirloin tip an eye round, but I always call it a pub roast. Now I'm going to continue to denude this top. This is a piece that you can make jerky out of, but I'm going to make a couple London broils. First cut is going to go straight into the trim. You could stew that, of course. 2-inch thick London broils. And then once I get to half thickness, I'll cut 2 roasts. There's my 2 roasts. Of course, those would be trussed. There are my 2 London broils. Everything is trim. Thank you guys again for watching this. Hope everyone is safe. Social distancing. Please do stay safe out there. Okay.